on my Facebook page. Um, I am asking everyone to share this video right now. I'm here. Okay, so oh my God, who told me to come live and just start cooking Lucian food? So basically, I am, those of you who don't know, I am from St. Lucia. If you have looked at my history here, you'll see that I create um, a lot of St. Lucian cooking. I decided to I decided to come live to cook some Lucian foods tonight because this week is Journée Creole in St. Lucia, where we celebrate that Creole side, that French side of our heritage. So in today's video, I will be making some hot cocoa tea. I will also be making Creole bread. As I am saying Creole bread, let me turn on my oven. My oven right now, I have set it at 350. I might lower the, let me see. Yeah, I'll leave it at 350, 300. I'll put it at 300. Okay? Because I want this bread to, yeah, I'll put it at 300 because I am inventing things as we go. Okay? Where is my laptop? Let me just send a broadcast to everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to send a broadcast to everyone and ensure that you're actually hearing me properly. Let me see. Facebook, before we begin, give me a minute, everybody. Thank you for joining. I want to ensure that you are able to see my video. Okay, the video is there. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I skip. All right. Okay, it looks like it is working. So thank you guys for joining. We are gonna begin. Just give me 3 minutes and we're going to begin the live. We're going to begin the live. Let me just get my hands washed. Everything on the table, everything has been prepped, washed, cleaned. Let me just wash my hands a bit. Okay. The first thing I will begin to prepare is the bread because the bread usually takes a longer time to get done. Okay. All right. Inside of here, I have about, I would say, 5 cups of flour. Depends on how the recipe goes. I could add some more flour. Now, before anything, I am going to put some lukewarm water inside of this cup and put in my yeast. This one is a bit hot. I'll just add a bit of tap water to it. And I will, because it's Creole bread I'm making, I will be using fresh coconut. So I will show you how I'm making fresh coconut milk to make the bread. Okay? So we're going to add about a tablespoon of yeast in the warm water. Take this out. We're done with it. And I am going to add about 3 tablespoons of the brown sugar. I am using this sugar today. If you have cane sugar, it's okay. Okay. We're done with this. I love my Creole bread to have a little bit of flavor to it. Some people do not add those spices, but in St. Lucia, we're known to use a lot of spices, nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, anise in our mixes. But my local bread, what I grew up with, there's a tad bit of nutmeg, a little bit of salt to bring out those flavors. I'm using about this is a quarter of a teaspoon. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon, okay? I used to be a chef, so sometimes when I create recipes, I guesstimate what I am actually making. Then I'm going to just give that a little bit of stir. Let me just get a stirring stick. If you want, you could add a bit of baking powder in there, but this is the mix. You could take the smell, the fermentation smell of the yeast. So yeast, brown sugar, your salt, the little bit of spice, because I like things nice. We're going to mix that up together, and we are going to set it on the side while we get the other ingredients ready. Again, we have 5 cups of flour in here. I am going to be making fresh coconut milk. I need about 1.5 cup of fresh coconut milk. With this half cup, about half cup, it will give me about 2 cups of fluid to add to my total mix. So I have a measuring, where is my measuring tool? Because it could be a bit noisy at the front, I will be blending it at the back of here. If you have a nut milk bag, you could strain the coconut milk using a nut milk bag. However, I am going to use just this small strainer I have here. It's very fine. And plus, I'm making the fresh Creole bread. The way I grew up in St. Lucia making it, we make everything from scratch. This whole process should not take you more than 2 hours, about 2 hours in the kitchen, okay? Back home, we use those sort of muslin cloth, and then we squeeze, we press our coconut milk, right? You just take one of this pound and press it out. Squeeze all your milk out. Just put this on the side. I'm going to rest this on the side. If we need some more milk, we will take that out. Now, in the flour, I am going to put margarine. Back home, what I grew up with, you know, we have those yellow margarine, we put that, but I don't have access to that. And shortening. So you could put about, I would say, 3 tablespoons of margarine, 1 tablespoon of shortening. You could use margarine alone, but I like to combine the two because it gives me a better texture. So we're going to use that. Now I am going to combine the yeast water, ensure that it is in there first before I add the coconut water, the coconut milk. So we're gonna take our hook again, just because of the noise, I have it on this side, so I'm going to mix it on this side. I have it on a very low speed. While that is happening on the background, now I am going to get ready to make my cocoa tea, put it on the side so it could start boiling. My saltfish already, I have it boiled. I will show you how I strip it, but now we're making the cocoa tea. Some of you maybe call it hot chocolate, hot cocoa, but this is organic cocoa from the beautiful island of St. Lucia. Again, this is a full St. Lucian, breakfast. You have it breakfast, you have it during the journée Creole. I have already grated some. You can see I chopped them up already and I have it in the jar, so I will just be putting a bit inside of my pan. Again, cocoa, if you're looking for organic cocoa, contact any of those farmers in St. Lucia. They will get you the real organic hot cocoa. Okay? So we just got, consider, I would say about, let me see, 1 tablespoon, 2. It depends on how many people you're serving. I'll say about 4. I like a lot of cocoa. I'll say 5. 5 tablespoons of hot cocoa. I am now going to add about 3 cups of water to the cocoa. We're going to set it on the side. Let me show you. I'm going to put it right here on the stove. And this is going to come to a boil. With the hot cocoa tea, these are the spices I use based on me growing up in the island. Spices. The first one you want to put is cinnamon stick. You grab whole 1 cinnamon stick and you drop it in the pot. If you have star anise, you put star anise. Also bay leaf. Where is my bay leaf? 1 minute. Okay, I'm gonna get a bay leaf. This is not the authentic, like what I grew up with bay leaf. We call it boaden, right? In St. Lucia, we call it boaden. That's not the authentic one, but this one is what I have right now. But it smells really good. This one, it smells different from the one from St. Lucia, but this one smells good. So you put some bay leaves. If you have star anise, I'm gonna put some nutmeg. About a teaspoon of nutmeg in this one. Spice it up, I'm going to put a pinch of salt in there because you want to get that flavor out of the spices, and salt could bring that out. Now let me double check my mix over there. I'm adding the coconut milk. Okay, let that continue mixing. And I'm going to add 3 cloves to the mix. Because cloves have a very strong taste, so you want to be very careful with the amount you use. Last but not least is a bit of lime zest or a piece of orange peel. Okay, let me get that. Lime, do I have lime? Okay. So this is my lime. Going to zest that out. Listen, I can't come on YouTube and not make Lucians look good with their cooking. You understand? I have to put all the authentic things we use back home. You know? If you want, you could put a little piece of ginger in it, right? But the lime is a must. If you don't have the lime in there, the lime zest, that is the added. So it's boiling. I gotta reduce it right now. Let it boil, okay? So we're done with these. Okay, our bread looks ready. Just gonna clean that up because I'm gonna be using the bread right now. All right, it's time for the bread. So this is your dough, okay? Your dough will be a bit sticky. It will be a bit sticky, so what I am gonna be using some oil to knead the dough. Whether you have olive oil, coconut oil, whatever the case may be. We're going to knead the dough, okay? Okay. You knead it. And you are going to set it on aside for about 20 minutes, but we don't have all that time, so I am not going to set it on the side for that long. What I'm going to be doing, I will be rolling it, put it on the side, work on the saltfish, and then we're going to place it in the oven, okay? So let me get my wax paper. When you go to St. Lucia, there are different shaped breads. You know, sometimes we like those with the two little points at the end. I grew up with that one. I grew up with that one. I like that one. So I'm just gonna cut my dough. I would say maybe I'll make eight bread, something like that. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll make 8, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now I'm just gonna place these on that because I'll be needing this to roll. Okay. To get it nice round, basically we cup our hands and then we roll the buns in our hands. So it makes a very nice, very nice round bun, okay? You wanna make sure that there is no split on the inside because you don't want your bread to be cracked, okay? So we're going to roll that up in our hands. That's for the round, like dinner rolls. Okay, place that here. On the other hand, for the bread, the bun with the peaks, first off, I like to make sure I have something very neat to work with, right? Put it in. I rolled it because I want it very smooth, a bit smooth at the top. Then I am going to cup it like this. I am going to cup it down and elongating it so I could get the peak, okay? The goal is you start rolling the tip on this side over here, then you turn it the opposite side, you think, then you stretch, okay? Use both hands. You do not roll the center very flat. You keep rolling on the tip because this is where you want the shape to be. The center should have like this hump. but the tip is where you want that pointed look, like the Creole, Saint Lucia Creole bread, you know. Nous crions ça tete pain. Like, I can't say it on social media, but you know how we call it. And then you work your way. So you work from the center very lightly and you squeeze down the tips of the bun. And it's going to create a very nice shaped bun like this. Like it's like a very nice, you shape it up and you just drop it on your tray. Okay, so that is it right there. Make sure that it looks nice. You want to make sure the two tips, they're even. You don't want uneven tip, you understand? So we put that and we drop it on the tray like so. You understand what you say there? Yes, so yeah, that's how you roll it. You understand? So first off, I like it to be smooth, right? I like it to be smooth. I cup it as a, you know, nice round, like how you making bake. I cup it nice, make sure it is sealed on the bottom. And then this is where I go in from the side. I start rolling, okay? So I roll the tip. Remember, look, if you're looking at the center has a hump. I'm not really touching the center. My hands is actually touching the ends and I'm stretching it out. The hump is just to stretch it out a bit and then close on the tips. Slap it up. Uja sav. Saint Lucia Creole Day, you understand? We're making our local bread. When it rises, it's going to have a really nice shape, right? Really nice shape, nice bun. You shape it nice in your hands, and basically that is how it is. You stretch it. If you feel the hump is too big, some people like the bread looking different, you just roll the center, flatten up the center, and continue rolling the tips. You see how it's looking there? You continue rolling the tips, okay? And you stretch, you get a very nice shaped bun, okay? So tete pen a bon, wasaf, okay? The recipe, I have 5 cups of flour, a tablespoon of yeast. I have about 3 tablespoons of butter, margarine, 2 tablespoons of shortening. You guys could look at the video if you missed it, all right? So yeah, I like to make the bread with the tips. The bread with the tips. So this one, we're rolling it, cup it in your hands. Your hands is actually what's going to make it have that nice round shape. That's what you do. You cup it in your hands and you go in a circular motion, and then you have a very nice dinner roll. Okay? Nice dinner roll. Very nice. The recipe is nice. I worked on it. There are different bread recipes, but I feel working in the hotel for years, I learned a lot, right? I learned a lot. I'm going to do one again for you for the one with the tips. I'm trying to make sure I don't use the inappropriate words. So you're doing, no, I'm making Creole breads from St. Lucia, right? This is Creole bread from St. Lucia. However, I'm shaping it 2 different ways so you know how to shape the dinner rolls and the long ones we call St. Lucian Creole bread. Okay, the recipe is for Creole bread because I use the coconut milk in there. I did not use the water. Some people use water, but I like coconut milk. That's what my grandmom taught me, right? So again, for the Creole looking bread, tete pain, unipu ujasav. You have to roll the tips over there to get the tips, right? I'm rolling the tips. Rolling and stretching. Roll and stretch. Roll and stretch. Roll and stretch. Full recipe is in the video. Roll and stretch. When this is baked hot, you put some cheese in that, some butter. But today we're making some saltfish. Okay? So roll and stretch. Make sure your tips looks nice. And I'll show you how to make it look like a Creole bread when you're done. The bread making is usually the long process because of the baking, but we're going to be there live tonight. You guys gonna see the bread um, baked. Sometimes I create fast videos, but I wanted to come live because I had a lot of people asking me how to go about making it. So I thought live would be the best thing to do so you see how to actually make it. All right, I'll put it on the side. When you smoothen it up, you have neater bread. If you want it to look like rough up Creole bread, like they make it in the those stone oven, that is the best tasting bread you get. Oh yes, plaited bread is simple. Plaited bread is simple. However, the plaited bread has more margarine in it, right? The recipe is a bit different. So if you want to see a video of that, yes, I could make that for you. It has a very different taste, but a lot of people use whole milk in the plaited bread, right? Because it has that nice spongy feel when you open it up. Yeah, so I could create a live video and show you guys how to make it. Yeah, it has a different, and I think it maybe has an egg wash on top of it, or is it sugar? I can't recall. I can't recall if I remember. I haven't made it in years, maybe when I was in the hotel, but I haven't made it. Yeah, I could make that one. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do to make this rise very fast, because we're live, I'm gonna put it on top of the stove, cover it up so the heat will work its way in activating the rising, right? So we're gonna put that on the side. And it's very important to cover it up. Zane, Baba. Zin is all the way upstairs. Okay, so now that is, you know something, I'll just put it in the oven. We'll have to work with it like that because we're live. I'll put it in the oven. So it's on 300. Currently it's on 300. You do not want your temperature to be very high for a Creole bread because the stove is very different from what we grew up in St. Lucia with, those coal stove, like the stone stove, where we put a lot of charcoal and we put our bread in there. The way the heat is generated, it's different from the stove. So you have to be very careful with your temperature. Calibrate your stove oven and make sure that the temperature it's good. What I find with this one, it burns at the back. So sometimes I have to flip it to ensure I do not get buns that are burned, or when it is baked, it's very crusty and hard on the outside. So the lower the heat, it doesn't matter, it takes 1 hour to bake. The lower the heat, the better for the Creole bread. If you have a nice stone oven, better for you. Just put your charcoal. The charcoal heat will make it taste real good. Trust me, you need the charcoal to make it taste authentic. So now I'm just gonna wash my hands and then we're going to make our saltfish. So this is my saltfish here. I have boiled the saltfish. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to strip up the saltfish. Just, you want to make sure that there is no bones in your saltfish. Here in Canada, we're lucky to get boneless saltfish. Back home, I would boil the saltfish, and trust me, my mom would make me sit down and I would have to take out every single tiny bone in the saltfish. Trust me, when it has the bone in it, it's real authentic. You understand? You need to see those little tiny bones and make you feel like, yeah, that's real saltfish you're working with, not no so artificial fish. So I'm stripping it very, very, very small. You want it to, that don't even feel like the real saltfish from back home, honestly, because it's breaking in my hands too fast. In St. Lucia, you know, you have some nice saltfish. When you taste it, you're feeling like that, just that fresh from the seawater. Look at this. Done strip up already. I don't like them kind of thick things, trust me. But anyhow, this is what we have, and that's what we're working with today. So this is that, okay? My cocoa has boiled. We're gonna come back and complete that, put in a bit of flour in it to thicken it up. But I like to use oats in mine, but because it's a St. Lucian recipe, we're gonna go with what my grandmom taught us. We put a little bit of flour and thicken the cocoa tea. All right? In my pot, this is what I have right here. You need green herbs for you to make a St. Lucian saltfish. You cannot use powdered seasoning. Those of you using the powdered seasoning, you need to stop. Get organic herbs like celery, parsley, green onions, seasoning pepper. So I am going to put this garlic. You need fresh garlic. Okay, your chopped garlic. I have a thing full. I always blend my garlic with olive oil, so I'm going to use some garlic in there. Let me get the utensil. I always have garlic, okay? So I'm gonna put garlic in there and an onion. If I still have any. Baba, baby thing. Oh, let me get one onion. It looks. Baba, come with mommy, please. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm just grabbing an onion. All right. So your onion, you decide how you want to chop your onion. I like my onion chopped julienne because I like to see my seasoning in my food. You could dice your onions whichever way you want it, but I prefer the julienne, like very long, thin. Let me show you. I like it like this, you know, those thin as opposed to chopped. So I'm gonna put the onion in there. When I'm done with the onion, turn it this way. All right. You could either use margarine or coconut oil to saute your vegetables. Back home, in my time, there was a coconut oil they called Magic. Don't know if that existed. You could use that, but I'm going to use a margarine to just saute it up because I do not want it too crispy. Okay? Could use your plant-based margarine. Let's put that on, and we are going to heat that up. Not a lot, just a little bit. You just want to start sauteing that. This is one thing you need to have. This is called Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm gonna bring the camera a bit closer for you to see what we're doing over here. I want you to see the stewing, okay? So we're going to stew that up. On this side here, what I have is thyme, okay? I also have some tomatoes. That is gonna go in a bit later. I don't like to strip up my thyme. I just drop my thyme in there like so. Okay, I'm going to saute everything up. If you feel you don't have enough butter, okay, you could put a little bit in there to just saute your vegetable. This is not colorful enough. In St. Lucia, we have a lot of seasoning pepper. You chop seasoning pepper and put inside of here. Now let me go prepare this. Because I want it to look colorful, what I have is my sweet pepper. I'm gonna use the sweet pepper a little bit later because I do not want it to be very soggy. I want it to be very crunchy and nice. Hopefully you guys can see. Look at the avocado I got. I'm gonna cut some of that green onion again. Put that in. If you have turmeric, now is your chance to put turmeric inside of there, a bit of curry. I'm not too a fan of the curry. I prefer to use organic herbs, which is the turmeric. And this is what I'm going to use. This turmeric is mixed with a bit of lime juice. I will be using that once I put my saltfish in there. I made this. If you want to see how I made it, I have a video. This is organic turmeric that I cold press in the bottle. I'm going to now add my saltfish. And we're going to saute that up. This is where the nice golden color comes from, my turmeric. Some people will use curry, but my grandmom used to cut up little turmeric and put it in here. And shake. It has a little bit of lime in there to give it that nice cut off any fresh. So this is organic turmeric. You see the nice little golden color you're seeing? Scotch bonnet pepper is very spicy. I will not be cutting it to put it in there. I will be putting the whole pepper inside of the mix because anytime it is open and the seeds is out, you get a very spicy recipe. Your saltfish will be very spicy. If people like it, you know, they could have it on their plate and eat it like that. So this is the last thing I'm going to put because I do not want it spicy. Back home we have seasoning pepper that is not too spicy. We put in there. I have a bit of curry there. We're just going to add a tiny bit. I'm not too a fan of it, but just for the Lucian's sake, you know, a tiny bit of curry, not too much. So now it looks like my bread in the oven has gotten enough heat. This is where the magic of making it look like a Creole bread comes in. You are going to get a little brush with a bit of butter. You understand? A tiny bit of butter. You're going to melt that up and you're going to brush on top of your bread. Oh, it looked like I had some already melted. So I'm gonna open the oven and brush up my bread in the oven. There are people that like a wet saltfish. Some people like a very dry saltfish. So it is your decision to add a tiny bit of water, or you can just continue adding butters and oil. I am now going to prep my tomatoes and my red bell peppers. I'm taking out the seeds. Just to add, make sure the recipe has a little bit of color to it. This is going to be evaluated by St. Lucian, so I have to make sure it is as authentic as, growing up, right? Again, I do not have access to the seasoned pepper in St. Lucia. I am opting. No, serious? Girl, you see you? Oh my God. I swear, Chanel, oh my goodness. No, I like I like my saltfish dry, I don't want to dirty my plate. Like, honestly, when you put it on the plate, you want to see more oil, more oil as opposed to water. You want to see oily saltfish as opposed to watery saltfish. It doesn't taste the same. Okay, I am using again the sweet peppers because that is what I have on hand. Oh my goodness. Okay, I like a lot of peppers in mine, so I'm gonna add a bit more. What I like to do, I like to ensure that I see all my greens. I don't want my greens to look brown, so you have to make sure your greens is not overcooked. I am cooking it right now on low heat. It's not very high heat. You can see the colors in the pool. It's looking like authentic Lucian, It's just missing a bit of more yellow seasoning pepper, but that is basically it. You don't have to add salt because your saltfish salty. I tell you, the saltfish have salt already, so you don't wanna, you don't have to add salt to it. Yeah, that's basically it. We're going to, you see, it's very nice color and fuller seasoning. Different. Look at the color. Really nice, authentic. I'm going to set this on low heat on the other stove at the back. You guys could see. While I show you how I complete the cocoa tea. So the bread looks like it's going. Let's do a little bit of cleaning on this side. All right. Now, it's time to complete the cocoa tea. This is where the important part of the cocoa tea comes into play. Back home, we use whole milk to add to it. Some people use condensed milk. My grandmom used to use, we use the coconut milk. You could use whatever milk in your cocoa tea, but I grew up with coconut milk or whole milk. There is a milk we used to call Nido. You mix that up and you put it in that. A lot of people have gravitated to using the condensed milk. I'm not sure if I have that here. I think I maybe have some, but I don't know. Another thing you want to do is add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of flour to water. This is just to thicken up the cocoa tea. Some people will use cornstarch, or my grandmom used to use something we call toloma, like arrowroot. So it depends on what you have currently. I do have the cornstarch, but I'm gonna gravitate towards the flour. I'm gonna mix about 2 tablespoons of flour. You don't want it thick. If you add too much flour, you're gonna get a cocoa porridge. You just want a little bit just to mix it up. Yeah, custard. Some people use the custard, the yellow powder, right? Well, the custard is similar to the cornstarch and the arrowroot. I prefer the arrowroot powder because it has so much more benefits. It's really good for you if you're breastfeeding, and it's good if you have a baby, to give the baby arrowroot. I grew up on that. I'm gonna get a bit of flour, and then we're going to mix that up. Let me get some flour. Where's my, I'm gonna get about 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons because I'm just making a little bit, right? It's not like it's a lot. You just get a whisk and you whisk that up. Whatever you have back home, we have spoon. Hold on. I'm gonna do that again. I used the wrong one. I need a very tiny whisk. Do not pour it all one time because you need to investigate whether or not it is thickening up your tea. All right? So we're going to, you can see, I'm gonna pour it in slowly. It's starting to have a very nice creamy texture because it's a little bit, you don't want it thick, you just want it very, I tested to see where it is. And you have to whisk it while pouring it in, or else you're going to have lumps of flour. Very important. It looks like it. The bubbles have to be very smooth, all right? Let me see if I could, oh, it could take a little bit more. It smells good. Listen, it smells really good. A little bit again. You know, the thicker it is, the thicker the liquid, it goes down good, you know. I have to be careful with the words, you know. When Lucian's watching, you have to be so careful. And you have to reduce your heat because this is something that could explode on top of your stove and leave a mess, all right? So you want to make sure, yeah man, that look good. I'll add a little bit more because I am going to be adding the milk. Okay, let me just do a little clean up of my space. I'm going to now take the little bit of pepper and put it in the mix on that side over there. Yes, Oreo, what's up? So now what you can do, you could blend up your coconut milk and pour it in there, or we're gonna go a fast shortcut today. You could put your condensed milk in. If I have condensed milk, we're gonna use condensed milk. If not, I will make the coconut milk. All right, it looks like I have some condensed milk. So condensed milk, if you're using condensed milk, you do not have to add brown sugar, okay? It depends on the amount you're making. If you're using the coconut milk, you use the brown cane sugar to sweeten it up. But I have condensed milk. I'm gonna try it out to see if it has enough to flavor up my tea. Okay. The spoon is too small. Spoon is a bit too small. Let me just grab something else. Because you're using the condensed milk, if it is too thick, you could add some water to it, right? This is how, look at the drip. It's very creamy, it's not thick. You have a nice little drip coming out, very smooth, you know? And you need to have it on low heat because you want the flour to cook when you're making this. You do not want to have flour taste in your mouth. Be very careful, keep your eyes on it, because anytime it starts boiling, it's going to overflow in your pot. So this right there is hot cocoa tea. You see that? You see how it looks smooth? That's what you're looking for. I'm just going to taste it to see the flavor. Sugar. It could take some brown sugar. You know, all the spices taste good. Remember the bit of salt I added in it? The salt elevated the spices like the nutmeg, the cinnamon stick, the clove. It tastes really good. Zane, Chanel said hello. Zane is making something, he said. So, what a brown sugar. Do you have brown sugar? Yes, I do. I'm going to put a little bit of water in here while that is happening. Now, our bread is still sugar, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then we continue to stir that up. Ça c'est dite kako. Sous sorti cette ici. Dite kako, that is hot cocoa tea. If you're not from St. Lucia, some people call it hot chocolate, but we call it in St. Lucia dite kako. Okay? Kako say hot chocolate, like cocoa buds. Now that looks good. I'm gonna give it 1 high heat again. Then now with a St. Lucian breakfast, you need to have the cucumber salad and the avocado on your plate. If you don't have those things, then it's not gonna be a completed Lucian breakfast. But usually you see it with the Creole bread or the fried bakes. In today's video we made the Creole bread. Sunday I will try to come on and make fried bakes for you guys. The real floats, the one that floats with the air on the inside. I'll give you a nice recipe on how to make that. So our cocoa tea is ready. Look at this. Very creamy, very demure. All right, so we're done with this. That is done. Now I could bring back my saltfish. Oreo, what's wrong?
It wants to go outside. It's too cold.
So we could bring back the saltfish.
Mommy?
My love?
How long do you keep the white chocolate and the chocolate chips in the
Can mommy finish her cooking first?
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Come, buddy. Can you put this in the flour container for me, please? Bean. Look, put this back in the bin. All right. All we're waiting for right now is the Creole bread to be ready. Come right now, come, Michael. I love cooking from time. I enjoy cooking. Put it inside of the flour bin. Yeah, rest it on top there. Mommy will take care of it. Yes. So let me prepare the cucumber. The cucumber. I saw a video. Cucumber. What's his name? That funny guy, the Yadi guy, is like doing this game where different fruits flying in the door. Remy is like tomato. What is the correct spelling? Said Lucia, is it cucumber? Let me see the bread. The bread is getting ready. There is something I like to do with my bread. I like to dust a bit of flour on it while it's in the oven. So when it comes out, it looks like what I used to see in my grandmother basket. You know, the lababad, the coupe, the coconut cake, and the bread. When it dusts with that little flour. So when it's about halfway done, you could sprinkle. You could do it before, but I like to do it when it's about halfway done because I want to see how the gold is working so I could add some more butter to glaze it. All right. So I'm just going to put these things in the fridge and then we're going to make the cucumber salad and the lettuce. It has to be a specific type of lettuce. If you're in St. Lucia, it has to be that curly red lettuce, not romaine lettuce, okay? If you have romaine lettuce on your plate, it's not good. It's not the authentic thing we grew up with. Pardon?
I said I scared over your twice.
You did?
Yes. When you heard the two clues.
Oh. Okay. It's time for the cucumber. I got not the... Please do not get those hard cucumbers you're seeing in the store. Is it cucumber? How do you pronounce it? All right, this one is more field grown. It does not even look like the authentic thing back home, but this one is better than the one they have tied up. Let me show you the different one.
Mommy?
Yes,
How long ago did you type it?
not right now, sweetie. It needs to finish. This one, I don't use this for my Lucian breakfast. You have to get the field one, the one that looks similar, okay? And the type of lettuce you're getting, not iceberg or Roman lettuce, it has to be the red leaf lettuce. If you're trying to make St. Lucian breakfast here at the restaurant, I cannot come in your restaurant and eat Roman. I will not eat it. It's not Lucian. It has to be this type of lettuce. That is what I grew up with, like the curly type. I don't even know if that one is really authentic, but the curly type lettuce, that's what you want on your plate. You want a little mix. I don't know, somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I grew up with. That type of lettuce, right? Here they call it red lettuce, right? I'm going to wash that up. Let me just wash that up, okay? You have to wash your vegetables and your things properly here. I'm gonna do another wash again. When it comes to my greens, I like to ensure that I wash them properly. Okay. Our cocoa tea is ready. Let me put that on the stove on low heat because we want it hot. I'm checking out the bread. It's coming along really nice. Because it's almost halfway done, let me get the flour to dust on it. I'm gonna dust the flour on there as you want it to have that Creole bread look. You understand? The bread almost done, and then we're gonna be fill that details in. What time is it, my love?
No, I'm not saying it right now.
Okay. How are we doing for times, people? Are we 2 hours in or 1 hour in? What are we doing for time? We started at 5. Usually it takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the kitchen. Oh, okay, thank you. I thought Lazar's going. Okay, so in the kitchen, if I am creating breakfast for my family, it doesn't take me an hour. Like I cook really fast. I enjoy cooking. I could cook a good 5-course meal in 2 hours. I've done that for years. I've worked on the cruise line as a chef. I've worked with Sandals Resorts. I've worked in Jamaica, Orlando, Florida, where else? Here in Canada when I came in Vancouver. They did not give me the chef job I wanted. That wasn't no chef job. Also Sodexo in Canada as Red Seal. So that is my past. Culinary is my past. And I truly enjoy cooking at home, fresh foods every day. I'm very happy to come back on my platform and share that with you. I'm very happy you guys are here with me. Shondell, you've been here for ages. Always a pleasure to see you being so supportive from the beginning of my business. So thank you for that. I still owe you some earrings and a bow tie. Right? But don't worry, thank you guys. It truly means a lot. I thought this week, since it is St. Lucia Creole event, it would be great to just come on live every day until the weekend and share some of St. Lucian cuisine with you. I have another YouTube platform where I make a lot of herbal teas and remedies that I'm starting for healing your body. You guys could definitely subscribe to Darci Kin Organics and be supportive. So this is my curly lettuce. We gotta make sure it drain out, and the cucumber. The thoughts in the lady's head. Let me go read my Bible, eh? So you could use the cucumber skin, back home we use it. Here I'm very careful. So I try to strip out as much skin as I can and create a salad. There are 2 ways my grandmom used to make the salad. It's either it is round or grated, where she add a bit of garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper. So in today's video, I'm gonna use I'm thinking, which one should I use? The circular one, so it looks nice on the plate for you. All right. So that, where's my grater? Doo-doo. Okay, let's rinse that out. Bum, 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 bum. Ta, 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 ta. All right. You could use this side, which is usually used back home, or this side for the round one. So I'm gonna use this side because I want to have a little bit of varieties, shapes on my plate. Okay, once that is done, we're going to get, my bowl. Let me just get a bowl, wash out a bowl right here. Hello, Zane. How are you doing today?
Good.
You're doing good?
I'm just waiting for about my chocolate chips.
Okay. Give me a minute.
Okay. You're gonna help me?
Yeah, you could help me clean up my kitchen still.
I said you're gonna help me.
Yes, I will, honey. I will. All right? So, we have that. We put our little...
Oh! Ahootie.
I am going where the garlic I had there for this. Back home, we use just a little garlic, like fresh garlic. Um, so you see, we peel the garlic and we chop it up nicely.
Mommy,
Give mommy a minute, Papa.
when me and Oreo were playing, Oreo jump on me.
Really?
Oreo jump on me, and one of her paws went right here.
Oh no.
And then one hit my arm.
It did?
Yes.
Garlic is really good for the inside, anti-inflammatory properties. Roast one garlic every day of the week and eat that. Trust me, you will not know what the cold is. I haven't had the cold in over 16 years, I would say. Anytime I feel a little frickle in my throat, I just roast the garlic and have that. So I'm going to chop it very, very finely. You guys have to tell me if I nail it, what I miss. What I miss. What did I miss? The cocoa tea, we had nutmeg, we had bay leaf, anise, star anise, mateni toloma. So, what did I miss? What did I miss? Is it authentic St. Lucian cooking? Authentic St. Lucian cooking today. The weekend we'll make a bouillon. C'est la moins parfois, because the question is, what type of bouillon am I going to make? Because it need meat in there. So cochon, lache cochon, salted beef. That is where the problem is, you know. But anyhow, we could create it and then take the meat out. That's what the problem is. So it's the weekend. Is when the bouillon, maybe I'll make a ital bouillon. You know, we have Rastafarians in St. Lucia too that make ital. I have a recipe for dal. I'll maybe make the dal live for you, because I feel some of you like when the video's live, because you feeling, oh, my recipe did not come out good. So now it's live. You're seeing everything I'm putting. So we're going to put the garlic in there. Let me rinse up my hands a bit. You're going to take a little bit of salt and pepper. This is what my grandmom used to use. Those kind of pong thing. You put your little pepper, you pong it in there, and your salt. Right? We're doing authentic thing. Authentic Lucian cooking. You understand? My grandmom had a little wooden shed. When you go inside of there is no carpet. It's just you go inside of a house and dirt your feet going back on. The house was built on like clay dirt. So when you're going inside of the house, think you're going on wood or any carpet, your feet is back on the ground. And she has a whole bunch of charcoal, because she used to make charcoal. Right? Charcoal. She used to roast cashew nut. She had this whole piece of land with cashew nut. Used to make cashew nut brickles, things like that. She used to make charcoal, roasted baked. So I grew up. Both of my grandmom that passed this year, she passed away in her 70s, 80s, and she was still at the market selling her things from the garden. So I grew up with these things, right? So I put a little bit of salt. Now the pepper we had back home is a little thin red pepper she used to use, or scissor, you know, crush it and pound it and put it inside there. I don't have this. I'm just gonna use some red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes. Okay, red pepper flakes similar to like how do you call that, Scotch bonnet seeds. The seed in it looks like Scotch bonnet. And there, I'm bringing the memory of my grandparents here. This is not what she had something that was made of coal, charcoal, and pound it. And she used to sing, you know, some Creole songs, right? Pound it, pound it, pound it. Pwingo de sa pwinky do. found it. Lucian found it. What you say? You can use saltfish, I guess. Saltfish in what? So we're singing Pwingolisa, Pwingidu, Pwingolisa, Jukesa, ay, ay, ay. What's up? My solution. Dust up, and then she put that inside of her. When she grind the pepper, she put it in the cucumber. You understand? And then mix it up, mix it up, mix it up, mix it up, and bam, set aside. Okay? Let's put this on the side because it looks like things starting to get ready. Listen, the bread ready. So let me clean up this area, get a plate, and then we're gonna plate our Lucian food. I'm gonna give that a little bit of heat because I want it hot, and I want to see the oil dripping from the saltfish. I want it oily. We don't want it too wet. We want the saltfish just right. Oh, the bouillon. Yes, that is true. Saltfish bouillon. We're gonna make that one. We're gonna make that one, my girl. Saltfish bouillon. Yes, saltfish bouillon is just be wicked. Y'all hearing that? Saltfish bouillon. Forget about that. All right, this is nice. I will clean up because it's time. Now, I want the plating to look like authentic Lucian Creole, so I'm gonna get my wooden thing. Let me, Baba, can I have the garbage bin, please? Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that this looks authentic, as authentic. Oh, it's okay, mommy's okay. Mommy's just gonna use what she has right now. It smells good. You like it? All right. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Let me make sure that looks like. We have to make sure Saga de consently see.
Mommy, I
Who's
like
that?
Mommy,
Yes.
I like Callaloo better.
Yes. All right. Okay. Get the cocoa tea. I want the cocoa tea to be in the clear cup. So let me just wash that up because I want you guys to see everything, right? I don't have a coconut shell to put it in, you know, or calabash. That would be really good if I had a calabash there, you know, to put the cocoa tea in it. So this is the saltfish right here. I'm trying to ensure that, you know, I have that sort of look from back home. So I'm gonna tilt the camera a bit for you guys because we're gonna get ready to plate that up so you guys get a feel of the islands, right? Make sure, let's bring that closer here. Bring that up here, okay? I'm gonna use a clear cup because I want you to see the cocoa tea inside of here, okay? And I think I'm gonna use a darker plate as opposed to a white. I'm gonna use this one. This one is a bit rustic. It has this rustic look to it. So we're gonna try to use that one. Or I could use a white. Let me see if the white is better. Yeah, maybe I could use the white. I don't know. Do you think the white is better? So the look, you're able to see everything on the inside. The white, would the white be better? Let me see. I'm thinking of what I should use. Okay, let me try. I want something so you could see it. All right, so that, I gonna use that, all right? I think you should come a bit closer with, I could come a bit closer with the camera so you guys could see everything. Let's tilt it a bit because I want you to see everything nice. Okay, the bread is red, getting ready. That looks good. All right, okay. So now we are putting our saltfish. Okay, put your saltfish right here. So I like to see my herbs and my green. So your saltfish. Okay, saltfish here. Then we're gonna put in the cucumber salad on the side. Cucumber on the side, so, right? I am gonna get avocado. Trust me, this is not St. Lucia avocado, but that's what I have, so that's what I'm gonna use. If it is St. Lucia avocado, it is very bright on the inside, very nice green and yellow, very organic. My mom had a couple trees in her yard. So we're gonna put the avocado here, so. And now, I'm gonna wash my hands a bit. I'm gonna take my lettuce. Wanna make sure the lettuce look nice. I'm gonna curl it up nicely. The lettuce. I'm gonna place it right here, so. Okay, lettuce. And then I'm gonna put my bread on this side. So that is done. Let me unplug this because I want you guys to see everything I'm working with. Okay. I am now going to strain the cocoa tea because you have to strain it. Okay. When your cocoa tea sit there, it kind of thickens up a bit. So you have to make sure it's not too thick when you're using it. Okay. Okay. Cocoa. Where is, I had my tiny strainer around there. Going to strain that up. You see how thick it is? We don't want our, has a lot of the cocoa in there. So we're straining that up. Okay? The bread is gonna be ready as soon as we're done. So all this, you need that out of your cocoa when you're making it, right? We strain it again. Okay. Very nice. We're not gonna put too much in there. That is okay. We put that on the side here. And let's get our hot Creole bread. See if they're ready. Let me see if you guys could see. Just a little bit of wiping on this side. I want this area to look very nice. Getting ready to put the bread here. This plate on the side. Okay. Let's see our bread. I need some loving tonight. Oh. There is your Creole bread. Okay. That's your Creole bread. Very nice, hot, 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 hot. Your bun, very soft, very nice. Like I said, I like to see it with the little flour on top of there. I'm just going to try to break one for you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You see that? Soft on the inside, very soft. Very hot. Okay, we take a Creole bed. You know, you take one with the tete pain, and you put that on the side there. Take your tray. And let's see what we just made. So this is Lucian. You could have this for breakfast in St. Lucia, right? Tell me what you guys think. If you truly enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave comments below. Share it on your page. I truly hope you guys join me tomorrow for another one. This is what we're having for dinner today, live in we did this in what, 1 hour and a half. Come for your plate, Chanel. I'll eat for you, my girl. So again, baking does not take long. Once you have all your ingredients, you could create a healthy meal at home. And this was made with very natural ingredients. It's Creole celebration in St. Lucia. This is meal number 1, saltfish, Creole bread, some salad, and hot cocoa tea. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let's taste. Wow, it's thick. Oh my God. Yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Chandel, vous voulez some? Yeah, it tastes really good. Let me get a little fork. Let me try things out there. You know, I gotta make sure, taste it. You're gonna see the taste test. Taste testing. Saltfish. Spicy. Oh, I'm not too good with pepper, but it does have a little spicy taste to it. Check the bread. Still a little too high on temperature because I wanted to make it cook fast. A little crunchy, but it's still soft on the inside. That is what you're looking for. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye, my girl. Bye, everybody.